to another episode of Hard to Read, guys. It is me, TKbreezy, here with Austy, and we're going to talk about 3 tournaments coming up on the same fucking day. It's going to be Frostbite. It's going to be Level Up Expo, which is more so a convention, so that's not really up there. But then DreamHack Anaheim, which is also still a convention, but mostly more of a tournament type convention feel. So yeah, man, it's definitely stacked this weekend. But before we get into that, Austy, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Not too much happening this week, huh?
Yeah, not too much happening this week, but this weekend's already stacked. Even though, looking at the entrance for most of the stuff, Level Up is more so, as I said, more of a convention. So you won't see the skill level being as high at Level Up as you'll see at Frostbite. Frostbite is most likely going to be the most competitive or competition heavy tournament of the 3. But then, if you like a bunch of other games, or if you just like anime and stuff like that, then Level Up should interest you. And if you like a bunch of games, then or a bunch of computer games, then DreamHack should interest you. So yeah, should be interesting to see how this one plays out.
So you're gonna be at Next Level alongside EE, correct?
I'm going to it's Level Up, but
Level Up, sorry.
Level Up. So it is I'm going to be there because the owners of Level Up are 2 females who hit us up literally at Evo. Like I was at the Evo after party and they both ran up on me. They were like, hey, we really love that you come out to Level Up and we want you to come to the next one. And I was like, all right. And then they took us out to dinner and then we went to go get alcoholic ice cream. And I was like, damn, I feel like a king. So I was like, yeah, I'll go to Level Up. And then I found out that Frostbite was on the same weekend and they still tried, to see what they could do. But the price point and the atmosphere of Level Up is kind of what I'm looking forward to more than going to Frostbite. Plus, last time I went to Frostbite, I literally caught Frostbite. So,
I mean, they advertised the tournament with it being cold. So who wants to go to that, right? But Level Up Expo, I just looked up. It's a B tier, so it's going to be having some potential results coming up from that. I am
Vegas, so you'll get some of the Vegas locals out there, and probably a few of the people from SoCal who didn't want to go all the way to, who either didn't want to go to Anaheim or didn't want to go all the way to Frostbite. So yeah, we'll see.
And I was also looking at DreamHack Anaheim. It doesn't have a PGR list yet, but the brackets haven't been released, so we don't know who's exactly in attendance. But you know what they say: the brackets aren't released this soon to the weekend. It's probably not looking looking
great.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the standings here. So some of the attendees here, I see I don't recognize any of these names, dude. IDK will be there. Nightshade. That's all I recognize, and those aren't exactly PGR players, right? Yeah. Because obviously, DreamHack is another event that has a ton of other stuff. They have they're doing other fighting game stuff. They got Tekken, Uniclear, because Uniclear just came out, and so that'll be there. Pokken is actually going to be in attendance as well as Tekken and Melee.
Still no arms though.
Anyway, why are you gonna do that?
Anyway, Anti's gonna be there at DreamHack. I'm just kind of sliding through the list to see anybody other names I see. So Anti's going to DreamHack. I feel like Anti's kind of going through. Hug's going to be playing Ultimate. Okay. I feel like Anti's kind of going through the ranks of doing God, what is that? Of the boss rank where he goes to where the people won't be, and then. You know what I mean? Then he gets.
Are you calling him out right now?
I'm just saying, bro. The competition Anti has been kind of taking a back seat, but he still has a solid following, and he still has a great, great social presence. So honestly, he doesn't really need to compete. He can go the same route as chilling, basically. If he decided he wanted to start commentating more, I'm pretty sure Anti can break into commentating pretty easily. Yeah, if he wanted to. Looking at some more names, I see Razzo's going there. Slep will be going there. I'm just, as I said, I'm just sliding through to see who I can recognize off name. Kiraflax will be at this is all for DreamHack Anaheim, by the way, people. So Kiraflax will be at DreamHack Anaheim, and now I'm on page 5. There's a decent amount of fan. Best Hamster. The only reason I know about Best Hamster is because apparently recently, Korean said something about Incineroar definitely benefits well,
I remember
like
that.
low tier or whatever. And then that dude was like, I'm so mad that he's talking shit directly about me because I beat him in bracket. And I was like, he didn't even mention you. I think that's also just true that like most people will not look into the Incineroar matchup because there's only like one Incineroar at every tournament ever. And the possibility of you running into them is very low. And the possibility of them being good is very low as well. Unless you're thinking of like Magister. But Best Hamster, he's got some decent wins, out in the SoCal area. He's got a couple of top eights in his locals and stuff. So he's obviously putting on for the Incineroars. But the fact of the matter is, you're still playing a low tier, and most people do not study low tier matchups because they feel like they don't need to know those matchups. So you do get away with a little bit of matchup unfamiliarity while that's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the dude took a little bit too much offense, in my opinion. Just like he just wanted to call it Korean and everything. Like I know Korean, he probably didn't actually say any of that. He like knowing Korean, what he did say was just say, yeah, you're playing a character no one plays, therefore no one knows the matchup, so you have an edge there. I think that's probably like how he worded it, and that, like you said, that's a true statement. But some people get really defensive. If they play a low tier and they beat someone, like they want the full credit for outplaying their opponent. Granted, they did. They outplayed their opponent by playing a character that they did not know the matchup in. That is true. That is a true statement. You can win a set that way. It's probably not going to work on a top player like ever. Or if it does, it's going to happen like once, and you'll probably not place very well after you get that one upset.
Yeah.
So, but there was no offense to that guy whatsoever.
Yeah, no offense. I mean, like, dude, you just like I got the same, stuff said to me when I was playing when we fit all through 4. Like a lot of people did lose because they didn't realize how like one how strong deep breathing was, and 2 like some of the stuff that you could do from the ledge. So they would end up losing because I was like, oh, okay, you don't know what you're doing, so I'm gonna keep harping on it. More people are paying attention to We Fit now because she's like a better character. So it's like people know, to be afraid of certain situations like her being a deep breathe and all that good stuff like that. But back in 4, yeah, she was definitely considered a low tier and got away with a decent amount of stuff because she was low tier. And I didn't really feel like that was a testament to my skill. If I taught you the matchup, then most likely you would have a way better time against me. But if I didn't teach you the matchup, then just like anything in life, like if you don't know it, you're going to get surprised by some stuff.
Bro, when there's 80 characters and not a really good training mode, it can be kind of difficult to have that one character. So it takes a long time to learn all those matchups. But do you remember when Wadi was playing Wii Fit? Remember that?
He still does. But
like,
he's a very basic Wii Fit. That's all. So.
Yeah. John, I mean,
there's no disrespect either. Like everyone has their style. I feel like I like to go in a lot more than I should. Wadi plays Wii Fit like he's basically playing Mewtwo, where he just wants to sit on the other side of the stage and sun salutation and throw stuff. But he doesn't do any the ball tricks or anything like that, which is cool because like he doesn't need to because he has such a great understanding of the game that he can pretty much just get away with playing Wii Fit all fundamentals. And then you go to the other side with Varun, who is like, he has all these crazy ball tricks that will like lead to a stock if you get caught in a really bad spot. But they're situations that don't happen too often, but if you see them, then you're like, oh, that's a hype ass clip. Like he's a clip maker, you know what I mean? So
yeah. And then the opposite of a clip maker, you have John Numbers, who will literally stay at the ledge for the entire set, and it'll work sometimes. Like it'll just work. He's actually been placing
top 3 like all the time. Is Zeno, right?
Not last week, but before that, yeah, he's been doing a lot. Zeno just had like their big 200 one that DeBuzz came through to win.
Oh, true.
So it was like a very stacked bracket. But besides that, John's been placing really well in that regard. So We Fit slept on character. I can't wait to see what results. Maybe this will be a breakout performance. We'll see. Yeah. I just saw Raging Cherry is going to be there.
Yep, he's going to be there. Brandon from our Every Damn Day, the PG guy, he'll be there. Dakpo is going to be at Anaheim.
Oh, Dakpo.
And I think that's about all the people I can recognize now that I'm at the end of the list.
Sharpedo, that sounds familiar. Who is that?
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, it's not like bad, but definitely none of the crazy top talents you're going to be seeing from Frostbite, which we'll get into in a second. I want to see who's going into Level Up Expo because I've actually not looked at anything in there.
So I couldn't find the bracket.
Super Smash Brothers. What was that? Singles? Yeah. Oh, this doubles. No. Let's go to singles. All right. So looks like they already got it seated. For the time being, at least our top 8, Foe is number 1. And then Grandmaster, AZ, Brosenex, Temporary Plan, Tomato, Thedium, and Slither 200. Well, I know about Slither. I think that's the guy who plays Meta Knight and only kind of goes to tournaments where he might make some money. So another boss there. And then after that, like as I'm moving down, I really don't know a lot of these names. I haven't really kept too much up with the Vegas scene, but just getting to the top 20, we have what's that? I mean, where is that? 8. Oh, so Chaos. I don't know how to say that. Tux, Aztecs, Pollo, Lord King, Steelsberg, Kai, Quillen, Gibbles, Fail, Ty, Dr. Hugh, and Dr. Hugh is number 20. So, yeah, as I said, it's one of these conventions where it's mostly more of a convention with a tournament attached to it. I also did not realize that they had tech in there as well. That's interesting. They have 60 players for Tekken. Okay. And it's already seated as well. But I don't
Smash
know.
Has they almost have 400 entrants. That's wild.
Yeah, but it's going to get even more because it's at door registration too. So like, this has the potential to get to like, I mean, the last time we went, this has the potential definitely to get up to like 800 people. Just you'll get a lot of DQs too because it is once again it is a convention.
Right.
Convention people will sign up and just forget they even signed up or not realize that they're playing like in a real tournament. So, yeah.
That was the MomoCon 2019 fiasco where there was just DQs all over the place because you could enter the tournament as long as you were an attendee. So people did it and then they just left. So I foresee the same thing happening here.
Oh, true.
But yeah, I think Foe's probably going to take that. It looks like they already have a set prize, $1,200 for first. Unless that's probably the pop bonus. I think this. Well, I don't know, man. I feel like this would have a pop bonus, but maybe it's not. And yeah, it could just be a set price too. Because if your entrance fee is basically just your entrance fee to the event, then yes. Then are you putting anything? Yeah, you're not putting anything to the pot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So okay, all right. Well, with that being said, then yeah, let's go ahead and get to the big tournament of this weekend. It's going to be Frostbite. Got some pretty good stuff there. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, you're not going," but nah, man. Like I don't like to break stuff, but also that pay. Anyway, Frostbite 1,600 entrants altogether, but in singles there is 1,200 or almost 1,300 entrants. Pretty stacked, as you can see. The top 8 is going to be MKLeo, Mars, Samsora, Nairo, Tweak, Meister, DeBuzz, and T. And unfortunately for Samsora, if the bracket plays out like it's supposed to, I think he actually has to play Meister.
He does, yeah.
And even though it's projected that he wins, everyone knows what the real projection is. He has not been able. I don't even think he's been able to take a game off Meister yet.
Bro, hasn't he been practicing like to play as Mr. Game & Watch, Samsora?
Yeah. Yeah, he's been trying very hard.
Gotta get over that curse. Do you think he was like purposely seated like that, or it was a luck of the draw? That happens in winners quarters finals, so it's like that's literally like the set right into top 8. So yeah, I'm looking at their score right now. They've played 4 times and Samsora has yet to get a win. So that's a heartbreaker right there. He's only taken 2 games, 2. Let's Make Big Moves, their most recent bout last month. He didn't take a single game.
I think this is the first tournament that MKLeo and Mars will see each other again. So hopefully we get
since
get to see what happens there. Yeah, since Genesis. Yeah. So should see what happens there. Mars obviously taking Genesis. Really big. Honestly, the craziest thing about that is I feel like no one was even thinking about Mars winning that tournament. Like he has been very consistently in top 8s, but whenever everyone was talking about winning tournaments, they're MKLeo, Tweak, stuff like that. And a couple people the Nairo fans, obviously. But like Mars, I guess like no one counted him out as far as like, he's not gonna do well, but no one counted him as the winner. And then he comes through and he actually destroyed MKLeo in that last set. So that really shows Mars' dominance. How he can really just pop off like that. MKLeo probably went back and studied that matchup quite well. So I'm expecting to see MKLeo and Forma de Leo at Frostbite, but we'll see what happens. Again, there could be all kind of shake up here because the top 5 all have the potential to win the tournament. Meister, even though he's 6, I feel like he's always going to get held down by MKLeo or Mars. So like he has to overcome 2 demons while everybody else has Tweak has to overcome. Everyone has to overcome MKLeo for sure. But yeah, Tweak has to or Nairo has to overcome MKLeo and probably Mars as well. Samsora seems like he usually has to overcome Nairo, but I think their sets are like kind of even right now. But he usually has to overcome Nairo, and he has a better chance of beating MKLeo than I feel like most people do. But he beat MKLeo at Genesis, and then he got destroyed by him the next set. I think it's just really hard to beat MKLeo in 2 sets, to be honest. Like, I don't know how you do it. Like, but,
it's tough, man.
But Samsora did it. Yeah, I mean, he's done it before. He just didn't do it at Genesis.
Well, Nairo beat MKLeo at what was it, main stage?
Yeah, main stage. He was able to do it as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's rough, but it's doable. It's just, how is he playing that day? And as Smash goes, I mean, basically, this has been settled for a lot of other games. I feel like we never get to say it for Smash, but it's not about who is the best. It's mostly who was the best that day. And it's getting a little closer to that because MKLeo is starting to, show little chinks in his armor. However, usually just for a safe bet, you're going to bet on MKLeo.
Right. That's like the safest bet because he wins the most. But I think that ceiling that MKLeo pushed through, I think everyone else is catching up to him. And we're starting to get some more like storylines here besides MKLeo wins again, So it's really cool to see someone like actually start to compete with him and not just take a set win every now and then.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like I'm very interested. I'm very interested to see how Frostbite plays out. I probably will be watching it, whenever I get chances to, between commentating and stuff for Level Up or just hanging out in general. The Level Up people are like they're definitely treating us like celebrities there. We're getting picked up in like a Uber Black, like or just really out here. I was like, wait a minute, bro. Like I didn't expect this type of star treatment. So I'm actually really happy to go to Level Up, even though the competition is not going to be as fierce. Me and E still get to have fun on the mic. And, I get to go around the convention and buy some new apparel. So, and they pay you like you're literally the day of. Like we get paid like as soon as I get off the plane.
Which is great.
It's amazing. That honestly just goes like I pretty much just simulate the economy right after that. Like I get paid and then I just throw it all right back to all the gear that I'm about to buy.
There you go.
So, yeah, man. That's the 3 tournaments that we got going up. I guess if you were to bet on who we're going to win them all, I don't really know what to think about Anaheim. I'm going to go ahead and say Foe for Level Up, and I'm going to go ahead and say MKLeo for Frostbite as his return. But of course, I'm going for my son. I want to see my son do well, and if my son doesn't do well, top 3 people I want to see do well obviously are Samsora, Nairo, and Mars.
I want to see Nairo, Mars, and Dabuz in top 3. Dabuz is yet to get his breakout performance. I say this literally every tournament. I just want Dabuz to get like a breakout because I feel like he just always is so close to winning like an S tier, but he never like quite gets there.
Yeah.
So, and he's
kind of falling off, man.
Who?
Salem.
Who?
Salem.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Don't be rude, bro. Like.
No, but seriously, like I haven't heard of him since SmashCon. Like I know he does stuff. He's obviously he wins like some C tiers here and there, but like other than that, like he's kind of just fallen off the radar. I felt like the whole buzz between him and Leffen was what kept him kind of relevant, and then after that was resolved, people kind of stopped talking about him.
Yeah, I mean, like he's like when I'm thinking about it now, like he used to be in like the top 10 usually for seeding. He's number 25 right now. With the likes of like Wrath, Elegant, Gact, Goblin, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and he's won an Evo in the past.
Yeah, like you won an Evo, bro. Like and you won the first 2 tournaments for Ultimate, but he's definitely fallen off since then. He's ranked under Wadi, Cosmos, and all that good stuff. Wadi also, I feel like Wadi's he's been kind of sliding by under the radar where he's been doing well, right? But he never gets into that top 8, so people kind of forget that like he's existing. But he's always got a good seed. Number 18 here at Frostbite is a great seed, for how much competition is here. It's just damn, dude. Like, sucks that like he hasn't been able to make that breakout performance. Me as an MBVA boy want to see Wadi do better or well, but unfortunately he has not been able to make that crazy breakout yet. Like he was doing a lot in Smash 4. Another breakout that we're seeing a lot of as of late has been Dark Wizzy. He's been pretty much in all the top 8s that he's of the tournaments he entered. He is currently number 11 as far as his seed here. With right over him is Shutong, Gluttony, and T. So I think that he could potentially still get into top 8.
I mean, He did all that with a character that a lot of people just kind of like slept on and just like, he's not good anymore, Mario. And then all of a sudden, it just takes one player to like put him somewhere. Now everyone complains about the character. So
yeah,
same thing happened with Meister's Mr. Game & Watch. So yeah, I think Dark Wizzy has potential to get like top 8. I mean, he got 5th at Genesis, so like he could easily get top 8 at Frostbite.
And he got 5th at what Genesis?
Genesis 7.
Who? Oh, Dark Wizzy. I thought we were still talking about Salem. I was like, no,
no.
I was telling you like 49th to do.
no. I'm looking up Salem right now. He got he got 25th.
That's
so
not bad.
Nothing bad, but like nothing spectacular,
Meister probably got sponsored. Wait a minute.
Really?
No, wait. I didn't think that was supposed to come out yet, but I knew about that because I got relations. But
ooh, what if you just got baited?
Let me look. I didn't say the team, so
yeah. No, there it is. He got announced. It's on Twitter.
Okay, all right.
Space Station.
Right, well then, yeah. Let's go.
Look at that. Oh, they gave him like a little Mr. Game & Watch video. Oh, that's cute. Oh, they gave him like a full video.
Actually, this is not who I heard he was getting sponsored by.
Really? Ooh. False info.
That's not false. I got it straight from the straight from the source. So they must have been undercut on a deal. I'm gonna DM him right now. Ask him.
Got around the information, but congrats to Meister. That like happening right before an S tier. That tends to be when pickups happen for these players. Is right before an S tier happens, so they can put their slap their name right on it. So good for him. That was a long time coming for Meister.
Yeah. Well, that sucks, but that's good. Oh, you heard something different. Okay, all right. Yeah. No, I heard he was going on to a different team, a very Tekken-based team, but apparently that kind of fell through. It is what it is, though. Like sometimes you pop off and sometimes you don't. But he still got a sponsorship, so sponsor or not, we should be seeing more Meister in the future. It's good to see that he got sponsorship. He was, definitely unsponsored hype. As he's been getting into quite a bit of top 8. So got a few more things in news to talk about. One, let's go ahead and get it. Ultimate Summit or the Crossover Summit is going to be lit. Ultimate Summit is coming up in June, but the Crossover Summit's in December. And then the Melee Summit, HBox wins again. And right at the end of it, he does that HBox thing again where he looks in the camera and says, Nintendo, you have to do better. And do any of us think that's going to help? Probably not. But I'm not saying that he's not wrong.
It's going to create a conversation, and then nothing will happen, and then we'll go back to our normal routine. Like
Nintendo does, like they just don't like they could. Nintendo could be excelling harder than they are for sure if they
don't need to
back the scene a little bit. Like they didn't have to throw a lot in there. Just hey man, like here's a couple tweets about the scene. Here's some insight on that. Blah blah blah. But regardless of them back in the scene or not, this game is going to get those sales. It is the highest selling Nintendo game of all the time. And so you just don't really expect it. You don't really expect them to, to have to like shill it more. Hey, this is why you should play our game. Everyone knows what Smash is by this point in time. So, casual or not, they really don't have to do much more to garner a couple more sales, seeing that the sales are already up at the top. And I'm not sure. And when I mean the highest selling game, I think that I don't know if it's actually the highest selling, because I know that the Wii Sports thing, it came with every Wii, and so they counted that as well. But it's definitely one of Nintendo's biggest flagship games at all times. As soon as it comes out, people will buy systems just to play Smash. So, like that game has enough power as it is, with or without the Smash community. And as much as I would love Nintendo to, acknowledge a little more the Smash community, at some point in time, I think the Smash community doesn't do a good job of showing the best parts of itself. So that, and Nintendo sees that and they're like, I don't want to be involved with this. We have sexual assault allegations. We have, we have people always disrespecting women. We have this funk issue. This is not what if I was a company and I see all these diehard people that are like, oh, they love this game, whatever. But then this is the stuff that we're looking at once we get in. I also would probably be a little less inclined to throw my hat into the, into the ring, especially for a more family-oriented system. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Keep us at arm's length. It seems to be the easiest way, and it's not We've been over this before, but like, if Nintendo got involved, then if something went wrong, then it's on them, and they could flop, or something could happen out of that. When it's like way, way, way less risky for them to just like let us exist and then do their own thing. So, I'm grateful that we do have this grassroots community for Smash. There's a lot of other.
Get even better too. We're getting like different like esports orgs to come through. Red Bull has been very pivotal to our success.
Right.
You know, so big shout outs to them. We're still kind of tapped on to other things like DreamHack, even though I feel like DreamHack could do a little better on the fighting game sides of things. But you know, we're surviving, and like that's all I can really ask for, I guess.
But the thing that matters the most is, you know, everyone always talks about the esports bubble and how it's gonna burst or pop, and then things are gonna just start dying left and right. And games that are grassroots like Smash and like fighting games, I think we'll be fine, because we'll just keep doing what we're doing. Like for instance, what was that Blizzard game that they stopped work on? I forgot what it was. It was a MOBA or something.
Heroes
of the Storm. Yeah, Heroes of the Storm. That was a game that, like, you know, Blizzard was supporting, then all of a sudden Blizzard's like, we don't want to support this anymore. And now the game died, like, immediately. Like, no one competes anymore because they pulled the plug on it.
Well, like, you can't do that stuff with MOBAs. MOBAs have to be constantly updated to keep the community or the games fresh. So once you just say like, hey, I'm kind of out of there, I feel like so is everyone else. Like there's like nothing to look forward to anymore. There's no new characters, there's no new balance patches. So the game just kind of stagnates at whatever the meta is at the time. And sometimes that meta is boring. Like with League, you know what I'm saying? Like the meta has changed so often, so frequently. Like when you first started playing League, it was like everyone had a defined role. Heavies and tanks went up top. Only mages went middle, and you know your AD carries and your supports went bottom lane, while like assassins and stuff usually went in the jungle. Now everyone goes everywhere because like there's support characters in the top. You know, you have like super tanks in the bot lane. You have assassins in the mid lane. Like the game has definitely changed quite a bit, and that is usually what keeps people, you know, going. So if League came out and after they put out like 40 characters, they were like, we're good, that game would have died too. But you know, it is what it is.
But speaking of not getting updates anymore, you saw that Sakurai post about how the next 6 characters are going to potentially be the last characters for Smash, and then, I mean, that lasts till 2021 December. That's what they confirmed. Yeah, so that's still 2 years. And
I think that's totally fine. Like, you've already got 80 characters in the game. You know we're getting close to 90. I think we're good, Sakurai. Thank you for all your hard work.
No, honestly, like, we don't need more characters. Like, it'd be cool if we just got like patches every now and then. And even then, like, we don't technically need them. It does help boost viewership for tournaments. Whenever a new character gets announced, you know, if a character makes grand finals, the viewership explodes. I
think I'm more, as Slep said, I think I'm more worried about patches. But if we end on a decent patch, then I'm fine. Like, if one of the patches where there's only like maybe 2 or 3 things that are still like, all right, this is a little busted, I'm fine. You know, you left the whole, like Sakurai left the whole character busted and was like, hey, I nerfed him a little bit, but I'm out. And then just, I'm out, boys. And that's what happened with 4. But like, it seems like everyone's kind of like, no one's super busted in this game yet. There are definitely a lot of annoying characters. And I hope at some point in time, shields get updated just straight up and he brings it down to like 9 or 8 frames instead of 11. But that's probably never gonna happen. So you know, it is.
What do you think about a new Smash? Because I don't like. There's no news on them potentially working on a Smash or whatever. They don't know what the future holds. But like, what could they do to like surpass Ultimate? Because I feel like they can't. I feel like this is like a one-time thing. They'll be able to get all these characters in the next Smash. They're definitely going to be slimming the roster hardcore. Like, I don't know.
I don't think they can actually do anything with the next Smash. Like, you can't expand on Ultimate. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like Super Smash Bros. Omega, but like, what is that? Because like all you're gonna do now, it's like all the characters that were DLC and Ultimate are now back in the game, and you're gonna have even more DLC. The game is already too large as is, and I don't really see how you can even like fully balance this game like that in the way where like no one feels unplayable. Like, you know, in Melee, Kirby, the unplayable character. In Brawl, Ganon, unplayable character, except for the Ganon mains who kept trying to make excuses about how good that character is.
Bro, short hop down air, like
yeah, it has not been like that ever since. And so I don't really see what he's going to do after that. I think that Ultimate being the last Smash game is fine, and if they do a reboot, they have to start fresh and maybe like only use like new Nintendo IPs plus like Mario.
That would be so weird. I feel like they shot themselves in the foot, man. If they make a new game and they like cut a single character, no matter who it is, they're gonna get backlash for it, you know. Like how dare you cut Pichu? You know, like it's it's I don't know what they don't know what they're gonna do. We don't know what they're gonna do. So
Tess says you can improve a lot of stuff without padding the roster, and I think that's true too. But the thing is, like the complaints will come very heavy if the roster gets cut now. Now that we've got the full roster, every person from every game has been in one. It's hard to go back and then not
it's impossible.
Yeah. I mean, like I think the only game that I've ever seen do that was like Mortal Kombat, because I think Mortal Kombat Trilogy, I think, had like a bunch of characters, and then the next one did not have as many characters, but they mostly cut out a bunch of clones. There's not really a crazy amount of clones in this game, but even if you cut out clones, most of them have some distinction that will probably force people to not want to play them. Like if you cut out Lucina and leave Marth, most people aren't playing Marth because they don't want a space like that. So then all the Lucina mains will have to find another character that isn't Marth because it's not Lucina. So there's all kind of repercussions on that. I am very interested to see what happens if the next Smash comes out. You can definitely cut Daisy, but can't cut Daisy because I like Daisy way more than Peach.
Imagine if they cut like Falco or something. Like someone who's been like a mainstay since Melee, but like technically he's a clone, you know. Like if you go by Melee standards, like he's not like 1-to-1 clone, but like he's clearly based off
him, bro. What are you saying right now, man?
Yeah, I'm just he's based off of him. Come on, man. Like
you reaching.
Okay, you're right. They're gonna remove Ganondorf because he's a Captain Falcon clone. I'm out.
That says if people don't like it, they can keep playing Ultimate. That's not true. Melee is and not an anomaly in all fighting games ever. Melee is the only game.
There's nothing like that.
Yeah, you will never ever find another game that will keep itself alive like Melee, with more games still coming out. No one's playing Street Fighter 4, even though they probably think it's better than 5. People are still playing Street Fighter 3, and 2 and stuff like that. But it will never get a tournament like Melee. It will never get like a main stage area like Melee, unless it's a special event like this Marvel vs. Capcom 2 event at EVO. But
yeah, and that's an invitational. So
that's not a thing. That's an invitational. So that's not even like a, you know what I mean? Like I knew someone was gonna say that, but like y'all always trying to argue like y'all don't have the points, bro. Y'all don't have the points, bro. I knew someone was gonna say that. But
why don't we just go back
invitational?
Yo, but let's just go back to Smash 4, bro. Let's just do it.
Hey, y'all try to get that movement all the time. Look how many people are still playing Brawl. All y'all people came out of nowhere. Once Bayonetta came out for Smash 4, and everyone was like, honestly, Brawl was a good game. None of y'all saying that shit before Bayonetta was out. So I'm good, man. I'm good. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of dead games out there that still have shine somewhere. But as far as being the main stage and getting their own fucking tournament, like it's only Melee is doing that. Yeah. Only Melee is doing that.
It doesn't matter what the next Smash game is. I don't think Ultimate has the power to do that because Melee just has that magic. Because Melee is not a Smash game anymore. Like it's Melee. Like I mean, there is obviously crossover, but not as much as you think.
And there's still old games being played. I mean, the Combo Breaker has a bunch of old games being played, but like those are special occasions. There's no circuit.
It's Combo Breaker.
There's no circuit for UMVC 3. There's no circuit for UMVCI, bro. That game is dead. So like, there's no circuit for these older games. They just get shine because there's like a lot of legacy in them. UMVC 2 has a lot of legacy because those people are still around. Like older. I've seen people playing Street Fighter Alpha 2 at cabinets and stuff at MagFest, but there is just no shine. So.
Do you ever think of like an alternate universe where Brawl played like a little bit more like PM or something when it first came out, and then people dropped Melee to keep continuing playing Smash? Mm-hmm. Like, what a bizarre world that would be.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But regardless, Melee, you did it. You're the god. You're the GOAT. No one will ever be able to achieve that ever again. Maybe. We'll see. I could be 40 and somehow some other people are still playing Ultimate somewhere. We'll find out, man. I mean, I see enough complaints about Ultimate, though. But I wasn't around when Melee was in infancy, and I'm pretty sure there was just as many complaints. But people there's no patches, so you just deal with it, you know?
Yeah. Well, the internet wasn't as prevalent back then either, you know? Sure. There wasn't no social media in 2001, 2002.
Yeah. Anyway, that being said, boys, we're going to get up out of here. Great talk. You know, we had covered a couple tournaments, you know, covered some of the Sakurai stuff in the Ultimate or the Melee Summit. Ultimate Summit is going to be the next summit, and then in December will be the Crossover Summit, which hopefully I get hired for both of those because I definitely want to go to the Crossover Summit at the very least.
Sounds fun, actually.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. But until then, boys, we got a lot of tournaments to watch this weekend. We have Frostbite, we got DreamHack Anaheim, and we have Level Up Expo. So enjoy that. If you guys did not get to catch the entire episode, this will be up on my YouTube later, but also on the podcast. And if you want to catch even more esports action, definitely check out juke.gg, as this is on this as well as a bunch of streams for other games and things like that. Trying to be the hub of esports, so check it out. Last but not least, if you're loving the content here, hit that follow button. And if you're really, really loving the content, hit that sub button. We appreciate you very much. So I'm TKbreezy.
I'm Austy.
And we'll catch you guys next time. Have a good night.